How many signs do you need before you take action? How many synchronicities do you need for you to trust yourself? How many signals do you need from the universe for you to realize that the answer you have asked for is being answered? I need you to sit with that question, because what we do, because I do it myself, I do it often, but I'm getting better. We ask for the sign, we ask for the synchronicity, we ask for the doors to open, and we don't take the action. We don't walk through the door. We don't take the sign as truth that this is what we are supposed to do. And so there are a few things, right? Because I do this all the time, right? I do it often. I'm a very spiritual person, and what I do is I pull the tarot cards, I use a pendulum, I I go and I talk to spirit, I talk to ancestors, I go and, sit out in nature and, really listen to the wind and the birds and the trees. I'm getting the signs and synchronicities all the time. It is only now that I'm like, okay, Marquita, it is time for you to trust that the signs are in alignment, but you are not. Everything has pointed to this road, but you have not gone to face this road yet. And so, what I feel, just for everyone is there is a certain level of like trust that you must build within yourself. There's also a certain level of trust that you are learning to build with spirit. And so there's ego versus spirit. I've talked about this before. But the ego part of you, right? This is the ego part of you. You want to have a sense of trust and direction and authority over your life. Spirit is always there, right? Spirit is at the core of you, always, right? Like, you're never not being guided by spirit, right? And so if you understand that you can ask for the synchronicities and the symbols, but even if you're asking for the signs, synchronicities, and symbols, there is always a part of you that knows the truth anyway. I think, honestly, I think that if you're asking for a sign, that's a sign. In certain situations, if you're asking for a sign, that's a sign within itself. And so just, paying attention to the signs, but also learning to trust what you're actually seeing, and learning to trust that you're not crazy, and learning to trust that you are hearing, and seeing with your third eye, or seeing, with your two eyes, that what you're, experiencing through your five senses is the truth. This is actually one of the ways that you build a deeper connection with your ancestors and your loved ones who have transitioned. You ask for the signs and the, synchronicities externally, but you have to learn how to trust it. You have to learn that what you are, experiencing through your five senses are not you just being crazy or making it up. And so what I want to encourage you all to do, right? What I wish that you all do more of is just trusting yourself. Trusting that what you see, hear, smell, taste, touch, that it is the truth. And even your dreams, even in your meditations, even in just something that's been happening for me is that the candles are being blown out all of a sudden. And trusting that those communications are communications from the divine, and then going in to figure out, okay, well, what are you communicating to me? What is it? And so this is how you build trust with yourself, and this is how you build trust with the unseen, with the spirits, with your spirit guides, with your ancestors. And we call in our magic. For me, I work with my magic all the time now. But even that, trusting that the magic is actually working. You put the intention behind it, but you actually have to take steps towards it. And if you take steps towards it, that is you signaling to yourself that you trust that whatever you ask for is going to come to pass. Whatever you ask for is going to manifest. And so I think that this is a really huge piece of manifestation. Is not really talked about often, is because we can set our intention on, a desire that we have, but do we really trust in the signs and the symbols that are being given to us, that they are on a way? Are we really trusting in the fact that they are going to manifest? Do you really trust? Do you believe in yourself? And I don't know. I think belief definitely has to be a part of it. I don't know if I've ever heard of an instance where anybody was like, I don't know, I ain't know if I really believed it, so I was just doing something. 9 times out of 10, belief plays a huge part in your manifestations. You have to believe it. And so part of that belief sometimes is you actually taking action towards the desired manifestation. You have to get out of your way. You have to, discern, or you have to be cognizant of fear versus discernment, right? Because fear stops you and discernment keeps you safe, right? And so that's one thing that should always be mindful of. Like, is this a space of me just being fearful because fear is ego-based? Or is this an instance where I really need to discern and I really do need a sign from my spirit guides? And that is spirit. You're bringing in spirit when you are discerning. And yeah, I just want you to be more mindful. And if you resonated with this message in any capacity, please be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, guys, I am super grateful. Peace and blessings.